What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. And today we have the fourth preparation video for Airliners International 2024 in Kansas City from June 26th to 29th of 2024. I really hope each and every one of you are excited for today's video, as today we're really going to be diving into the final details here of all you need to know for Airliners International 2024. And we have a bunch to talk about. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. JJ is here as always to provide his supplemental viewpoint and information. So JJ, how you doing today? What's going on, man?
We're doing great. Getting ready for Kansas City, just 20 days away. How are you doing?
Really well, now that we have additional news and we're closing in, as you just said, less than 3 weeks now. So it's really sneaking up and it's going to be absolutely awesome. So really fortunate timing here as I'm about to literally be on a massive trip coming up for the next 2 weeks. So this literally was perfect timing to get this video out for all of you. So there'll be one more small preview video of the week of Airliners International. So you can expect that from me. And then JJ has a video coming out Thursday, June 6th, 2024. So definitely check that one out if you get a chance for his current plans and thoughts. But nevertheless, here we go for the Airliners International 2024 update. So let's get started for our fourth preparation. Today, we're really going to be focusing on the banquet speaker, the seminars, and schedules. So let's get started. So first and foremost, I want to say that we had this email come out, was it 3 weeks ago or so, JJ? Somewhere around there, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
This came out on Tuesday, May 14th.
May 14th. That would have been probably 3 weeks ago to the day a few days ago. So anyway, here's what the email that we had. There was only one major announcement. So the initial intent was to pair this with the information that we finally got 3 weeks later. So apologies that we had a little larger of a gap than what we expected there. But again, I'll explain more in depth later. So the first paragraph is a little irrelevant now, but it's talking about the tour booking system. So I appreciate them acknowledging the really tough time that ended up being had with that. That was an interesting system. So hopefully all of you were able to work out through that. Definitely contact them if you weren't able to get the tour you want and still have desire to get such tour. But we do have a confirmed Saturday night banquet speaker, and that's going to be Noel Phillips, who will entertain us with his trips as he flies the rare Yak-40 and other aircraft in the states of the former Soviet Union. So this is going to be really cool with a supplemental Q&A session. I'm really excited for this. Noel Phillips is an awesome guy. I'm super excited to meet him and gain a better understanding of what he's all about in person. Obviously, his videos are terrific, and he has quite the personality, to say the least. So I'm really excited to learn about him and also learn about his really cool story, as he's currently embarking on a massive trip right now. So I'm super excited for it, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. So you can still get tickets if you haven't already with the existing registration, and they'll also be they will not be sold at the door, so keep that in mind. You can also email them with any applicable requests. So JJ, what do you think about Noel Phillips? Going to be talking about the Yak-40 and other aircrafts in the states of the former Soviet Union here for our Saturday night banquet.
I think they hit a home run with this. They really nailed this one right out of the park with picking Noel Phillips. They had him as a seminar speaker last year in Dallas. It's really cool to see him there, even though I didn't interact with him. So it'd be great to hear about his stories within the Soviet Union, since I'm not really familiar with that part of aviation history. So hearing about the Yak-40 and what that aircraft's all about. It looks really cool too, because it reminds me of like a mixture of a 727 with like a Falcon 900. It's sort of that hybrid between the two aircraft to me. So very excited to hear his stories and what he has to report on. And I'll be excited to meet him once again in Kansas City.
Going to be an absolute blast. Here's the full poster right here. So it's going to be super exciting, and I'm really excited for this. Saturday, June 29th at 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So that's going to be absolutely awesome. What we have going on here is a full rundown here of some additional notes, including the 6 rated BBQ in Kansas City, which will be catered to the BBQ event on Friday. Joe's Kansas City. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Looking super forward to that, and that's going to be absolutely awesome. Unfortunately, I don't think that there's any links left at the Best Western Hotel link that they've had. We tried this just a few moments ago, and when you go on here to load it for any of the nights, it says the group rate you requested is not available for those particular dates, which is unfortunate. But luckily, the good news is there are some rooms still available at the Best Western, it appears. So I think you still can get a room if you do need a room for Airlines International 2024. So it's not too late to make plans. Here is the king bed here with a sofa bed. Hopefully I said that right. I think it's just talking about sofa bed here for $132 a night, which is still really good. So there's still plenty of opportunity if you are interested. It's going to be an awesome convention, and JJ and I were just talking about how unique this one's going to be relative to the other ones we've attended previously, including obviously going to have less plane spotting, but the unique seminars that we're going to have, which we're going to talk about right now, and also the really cool tours that we're going to have. So it's going to be absolutely awesome, and looking super forward to that. But now it's time to jump into the really big news that really affects our schedule individual, and really going to be awesome to finally introduce this to my channel and JJ's channel as well with the Airliners International seminars. The last 2 years, I've been so caught up in the ballroom, plane spotting meetups, the tours, so on and so forth, that I've not been able to get to these seminars, but that will be changing this year as Kansas City will induce the perfect opportunity to become much more familiar with these seminars. So what a seminar is obviously when an individual talks about a select topic for a period of time. So as you can see right here, we have plenty of aviation related seminars here for Airliners International 2024 at Kansas City. So we have, I think, around a dozen or so, and they all look super exciting, and I'm really excited to attend a great portion of these. So let's go ahead and talk about all these seminars that you need to know. This will begin on Thursday at 10 a.m. as WASP board member Tom Livesey is going to be talking about the Jumbo's double nickel, which is going to be the 747 turning 55. So what he's going to do is look back at Boeing's commitment to building the 747 and also looking at additional Boeing details as well. So this is going to be really cool, and I'm really eager to hear about this. This is definitely one I do plan to attend. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So JJ, I'll give you a chance at the end of this segment to talk about all these as well, so you can get a better understanding, so you can run your thoughts together. The next tour is going to be, or sorry, next seminar rather, is going to be at 1:30 with I believe this is Airway Magazine owner here, Steve Crossgrove, hopefully I said that right, and it's going to be Airways Magazine, how to photographize and write for publication. So what he's going to do is look into how Airways Magazine works. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I'm looking super forward to what he has to say. Unfortunately, we have a tour, or there's some sort of conflict here, I believe. I need to double check what the conflict is, but nevertheless, I think we're going to be tight to make that one, so that'll be unfortunate. What will be a great tour that we're going to be able to make, though, is Gemini jets from the conception to flight, and that's going to be at 3 p.m. on Thursday with Todd Models, which, man, so cool to see Todd doing a seminar. This is going to be an absolute blast, by far the one I'm most excited for. And what he's going to do, obviously, is talk about how Gemini Jets makes their models, which for us model aircraft collectors is going to be a super cool experience. I'm so excited to document this one, and it's going to be an absolute blast. Another one that I hope to attend if possible is going to be at 4:30 p.m. on Thursday. It's going to be David Villapilli. Hopefully I said that kind of right, but nevertheless, he's going to look into Airbus aircraft. So we had Tom Livesey with Boeing up there. Now David's going to be talking here about a variety of aircraft airliners from Airbus and how they have innovated the world. So that's going to be awesome. On Friday at 10 a.m., we're going to start with Joe Crawford, a great friend of mine. And what he's going to be doing is talking about frequent flyer programs that travel the world. I'm really excited about this. He's going to bring so much great value. He has an awesome story, and he's going to do all he can to share a really cool perspective of frequent flyer programs to the world here. So this is going to be awesome, and I'm super excited for that one as well. At 11:30 a.m., we're going to have Charles Kennedy telling the story of the Flying Tiger line. So this is going to be a really cool story to hear from him, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to have to say about the American Freight Airline. So that's going to be super cool. At 1 p.m., we're going to have Fred Finn. This is one we have a conflict on, unfortunately, for sure. I think the next two, actually, which is really unfortunate. But nevertheless, we had the world's most traveled man, and he's going to be talking about his record flights on the Concorde, which is super cool. So I'm very excited about that. He also has some books as well, so really excited to hear about all that. At 2:30 p.m. on Thursday, really bummed to miss this one, but we're going to have a plane tag seminar, and Dave Hall, is going to be talking about how plane tags have innovated the aviation landscape. So I'm really excited for that, and that's going to be really fun. And at 4 p.m., hope to possibly attend this one as well. Jared Maiku, hopefully I said that kind of right, is going to be talking about aircraft dispatchers, who they are and what they do. So we'll be learning a really genuine perspective on aircraft dispatching. It's going to be quite a reference there, to say the least. On Saturday at 10 a.m., Jeff Casey, I think that's just how it said, Casey, somewhere in that ballpark. Anyway, he's going to be talking about the other Alaskan airline, which is P&A. So this will be a very interesting seminar, and definitely looking forward to seeing what that one's going to be all about. 10 a.m. on Saturday. At 11:30 a.m., Charles Kennedy is going to be talking about flying solo to Sudan. Chris Slimmer actually told me that this one is the one he's most looking forward to, so this will definitely have to be one that we attend and see what this is all about. But really a very interesting story here. 3,500 miles solo day VFR, January 2023. So really eager to hear about this very unique story. At 1 p.m., the last seminar will be Dan Goldsband, and he's going to be talking about behind the scenes at Pacific Southwest Airlines, which will be really cool to see what their history is all about and learning a better inside perspective on PSA. So JJ, what do you think about these seminars? And I'm eager to hear what you're thinking about them.
Well, this is the first time that I'm really going to become invested in these seminars, because the ones in Dallas last year looked pretty good, especially with the aforementioned Noel Phillips and all the other speakers that they had there. The one I'm definitely going to plan to attend is Todd Models, Gemini Jets from Conception to Flight. That's going to be the one that you want to hit up as well if you're really big into collecting model airplanes, because then you'll learn how they make their models and how they're moved around, all the logistics behind how they get these models from the factory in China to a retailer in the US or Europe or anywhere else. And you'll notice at the end too, there are door prize raffles. What exactly that's going to entail, I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to seeing.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Trust me, you'll see.
I'll be excited.
I was making some kind of a reference, Anderson. I was.
Yes, he was. And yes, Anderson's a good friend of ours. We'll be seeing him soon. But continuing on with the seminars, Joe Crawford, I'll try to hit up that one too for sure. The Maximizing the Benefits of Frequent Flyer program to travel the world. Connor's told me a lot about him. So there definitely is that connection there.
Additional references.
Yep, I'll be excited to hear about all these frequent flyer programs and how they work so that, you know, when I'm out there in the real world and I have a full-time job and a career and all that, then I can travel as much as I can in between that. And then the other one that I want to hit up as well, the other two, the aircraft dispatchers 1 to 4, because I'm kind of eager to see how those operations work, because I'm not really familiar with that field. And
from other sources and whatnot, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep. And then 1 p.m. Dan Goldsband with the PSA behind the scenes seminar as well. So there's 3 or 4 that I'm definitely going to try and get to. And the one is for sure the Gemini Jets one at 3 p.m. Thursday. So I'll have to work out my schedule, and I'll probably make a separate video on my channel detailing what exactly I'm going to be doing at the convention. I'll probably release that maybe a few days before the show. And the preview video that you'll see here coming out on Thursday, I'm not sure exactly when this video is going to be
I'm going to shoot for tomorrow if you'll let me upload it parallel with yours, but if you want me to, I'll do it on Friday instead. It's your choice.
You can do it Thursday.
All right, so both these are going out on the same day. So JJ's video is coming out right after mine, so go check it out right after you finish this one.
Yes, it is a premiere too, so you'll be able to watch it in real time. So
back to back.
I'll just talk about my tentative content schedule on there and some of the other stuff, and then probably later on I'll make a full schedule video, and Connor has his own schedule set up as well. I'm sure he'll talk a little bit about that towards the end of the video. So the main seminars I'm going to be after will be forgot to mention the Tom Livesey one from earlier. I'll try to see if I can hit that one before they open the ballroom. We have Todd Models with Gemini Jets, the frequent flyer programs from Joe Crawford on Friday morning, aircraft dispatchers at 4 p.m., and then the PSA behind the scenes at 1 p.m. Saturday. Those are all the ones I'm going to be eyeing this year.
I was making some kind of a reference, so really excited for that. That's going to be absolutely awesome. This is going to be a really good opportunity, considering that there's not going to be quite as much plane spotting to do. I'm really looking at this from an awesome opportunity to gain more knowledge in these seminars. So personally, I'm so thrilled for this. This is going to be a great opportunity and really gain a better appreciation. But what I was also going to say is what should be happening as well is that World Airline Historical Society should be uploading every one of these seminars to their YouTube account following the convention. So if you're not able to attend every one and you're still interested to hear what they had to say, there will be an opportunity to hear that down the road as well. And again, I will be doing as much filming as I can for these two. Hope to work out some sort of deal to bring these all to all of you. I'm super excited for this, and it's safe to say that we have a bunch of really great material to cover. So huge shout out to all these speakers. Y'all are awesome, along with everybody organizing these. These are not easy effort. You got to get the projector out, the chairs, so on and so forth. So to make this possible is awesome, and I'm very thrilled about this. So Airliners, Chris Slimmer, Bill Demarest, Steve, thank you all. I really appreciate it. So, and all the key volunteers as well. So it's going to be absolutely awesome. So looking super forward to all of these. And with that, really puts us down to really pretty much the full schedule here for myself. And then JJ will also talk about his when he gets the chance to. It's going to be a pretty parallel to this for the most part. So should be awesome. So this is my current schedule. So again, the arrival plan will be a surprise. I'll say that it's going to be somewhere between the 9 and 10 a.m. hour. And then right from there, we're going to be going for the TriStar experience, which is from 2:15 to 4 p.m. That's L1011 number 2. Going to be an absolute blast. What a way to kick it off with some really good history there. So I'm really excited to see what that's all about. And if we get really lucky, we'll get an RB211 startup. So I'm thrilled for that. We do have some additional details about the spotting meetup. They're not all confirmed yet, but hopefully we get closer to the official news here very soon. But it is currently looking to be in their parking garage. This was a little bit of a shakeup from what I initially anticipated. However, this is going to make it logistically super easy for all of us, as we'll be able to use the hotel shuttle to get to and from the parking garage, and it still provides a good vantage point. It may be a little bit backlit on the runway, but I'm hopeful that the side shots on the taxiway will prove powerful. But this is the most logistic option here for not only easy transportation, but also logistics wise for this particular spotting meetup. All the seminars and all the other events, Friday night BBQ at the props and tours, will really make up for. I know this this is going to be lighter. It's mainly Southwest traffic, Delta 75 every now and again. But do keep in mind that the main motive and objective here is just to have a good time, really vibe, and just overall enjoy the process. So that's the current plan here, and I really hope all of you understand what we got going there. Currently 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. in that area, but again, more details to come on that. I will definitely make one more updated video when hopefully I have some more information on this. Currently working to get more information done there, so that should be awesome. On Thursday, June 27, 2024, seminar Tom Livesey. This is going to be a great opportunity on his Boeing talk right before the ballroom opens. It'll be great. We'll get out there like 8 a.m. I'm sure, and then hang out for 2 hours, then get to go listen to the seminar, and then the anticipation for the ballroom that opens really going to build right there, which speaking of which, that'll be coming at 12 p.m. on day 1 to 6 p.m. So that's going to be awesome. And then of course we now have the 2 seminars that'll be taking some time during that. Todd Michaels from Gemini Jet's going to be doing what he does best from 3 to 4 p.m. I think they're about an hour long, somewhere in there, 30 minutes to an hour, so that I just put an hour there just to gain a better understanding of what to expect. And then likely to do the David Pilodai, hopefully I said that right again, I apologize if it was off, on his Airbus talk from 4:30 to 5:30. So we still do not have official details on the welcome reception. Kind of surprised. I'm sure that's coming in the next email, which speaking of which, once again, we haven't got an email about any of the seminars or any of that yet. That very well could be in the next, like literally next few days, but unfortunately I'm on a complete time crunch here and really got to get this video out because I'm about to go on a massive trip. So I just wanted to have a really good formal setup because I'm not going to have my full monitors and all of this to be able to do as good of a video. So I just wanted to really get it down. But this will be some sort of fun event, and this will be updated when we have more information on spotting spotting meetup at the parking garage. So again, sorry for a little loose end details. There's so much going on here. This really is a great time to acknowledge and appreciate how complex planning for Airliners International can be. And I really give a huge shout out to all the key volunteers, Chris Slimmer, Bill Demarest, Steve, all those guys for making it possible, because this schedule is huge, man. I mean, there's a bunch going on here. This is 4 days worth, and every day has nearly 5 line items. So, I mean, we're talking about substantial work here. So I just really appreciate their efforts. But again, the reason that still has a question mark is because we don't know exactly what it's going to be, but we do know it'll be around that time frame. That might be a little late, probably 9 or so. But anyway, close enough. It'll be hanging out in between all that as well. Friday, June 28th, 2024, Collectible Show Day 2. This is the approximate range there, obviously, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. We'll have Joe Crawford's seminar and frequent flyer programs from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. or so, so I'm really stoked for that. He's an awesome guy. Y'all would really enjoy that, so definitely be ready to check that out. Jet Midwest number 7 from 1:15 to 3 p.m. I'm so excited to see what they have going in there and really gain a better understanding and appreciation for more of that non-airline type maintenance, you know, the contracted maintenance here, not the in-house maintenance. So I'm excited to gain that perspective, as I've never got to see that perspective before. So I'm really excited for that. Friday night at the Props BBQ is going to be a super fun event from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. So excited to check out the TWA Museum along with enjoying some of the best BBQ out there. Really eager to see what it's like, and we're going to be putting it all to the test, as we would say in these videos, to gain a better understanding. So I'm really excited for that. And then Saturday, June 29, 2024, we're going to have the Collectible Show from 9 to 3, and then we'll have the Charles Kennedy Seminar. Again, this is the one that Chris recommended, so of course we got to be attending that if he's so excited about it. So let's do it. We have the Dan Goldsman PSA History Seminar from 1 to 2. Hope to do that one as well. And then we'll have the Banquet Dinner from 6:30 to 11 p.m. And then the departure plan will be a surprise. It certainly will be a reference, so you're going to want to stay on the lookout for it, and I'm really excited for it. So JJ, what do you think about this full schedule? I think it's safe to say that it's loaded. We have every sort of aviation kind of topic you talk about here. We're going to be talking about speakers. We're going to be doing tours. We're going to be getting collectibles. I don't think there's really much of spotting planes. I mean, this is about as in far as it can get. So it's safe to say by year 3 here for Airliners International, we have really mastered the full aviation convention here.
This, indeed, yeah. This is definitely the perfect schedule to craft up. And by the way, guys, I think you will like what Connor has got planned for both the arrival and the departure stuff. I'm very excited to see what that's going to be too. So looking forward to that. And then just in between that, all the fun stuff that we have planned with the seminars, the tours, and being in the ballroom for several hours in between. So I think cumulatively we'll probably have a little less time in the ballroom, but it does make up for the fact that we have so many other awesome stuff planned around the convention outside of the ballroom, because at the end of the day, this convention is more than just the collectibles, the memorabilia, and everything else in there. It's all about just being there in the moment, experiencing everything, and just having a grand old time with everyone that you know that is like-minded and likes airplanes as much as you do. So the tours and seminars are going to be very fun. Excited to hit up as many of them as I can, especially the seminars for my first time. So I'll be excited to experience those for the very first time, and then the various tours going on as well. So I have multiple going this year, up from the just the one that I did last year, which was the Sierra Smith Museum that I did in Dallas. So very excited about that, and looking forward to having a grand old time once more, and hopefully make all kinds of new references down the road.
I'm sure Gavin will be at the forefront of that, but no, definitely for sure. And I'm really excited for expanding. And I think really to one more key point to make there is, I think with this additional schedule that we're picking up here, I think it does bring a great opportunity to be even more appreciative for our time in the ballroom, be even more efficient with it. So obviously maximizing who we're talking to, what we're doing, what we're buying, what we're looking at, and really just gain a better appreciation, because there was standing time, and you do have to have some standing time at conventions like this. But I feel like getting an order, getting a plan, like we were talking about in the Airliners International podcast, which we'll talk about that more in a moment, there was discussion in there about, okay, we're going to spend an hour looking at timetables and books. We're literally going to pick an hour and spend it and look at timetables and books. You know, it's just fundamental concepts like that. I'm a huge efficiency person, and I definitely think that there's going to be room to make it even more efficient. There's plenty of time to dork off and have fun too, but when it comes down to it, 3 days at the ballroom, it's once a year. You can't really blow it. It's not a one-day collectible show, so we'll definitely be making all kinds of references in there. It's going to be a blast. So definitely one more video to come from me regarding all of this as well. I'll try to bring JJ on if I can, but just go on my Instagram and get ready for the next couple weeks, and you'll probably understand why it'll be a little bit tricky. But I'm really glad to just get one formal video here to get a really tentative schedule. This is pretty much going to be it, obviously, with some change, but super thrilled about that. And then I also want to mention, if you haven't checked out all the Airliners International 2024 community content videos, you're definitely going to want to check these out. There's so many great ones in there. As I said, JJ's is going to be coming out today, so definitely check that out after you finish this one. The Airliners International podcast that JJ and I have started, that's super exciting. Definitely check it out on his channel. It's also out on Spotify and will be coming to Apple very soon if it's not already there. What we do in this podcast is look back on what we've done so far with Airlines International and look ahead to what the future holds and what we can expect with obviously Kansas City and beyond. So I'm really excited about that podcast. It's going to be a great way to relate. And we brought Syracuse Aviation and Gemini 1975 on for the initial episode of that. It was really great to get their perspective. 90 minutes of raw dialogue between the four of us. It was really fun. So I'm really excited about that, and it's going to be an absolute blast. But again, really great videos. Dreamliner Fan 2016 is making his round, making a bunch of videos there, and Aviation LES, is also making a nice handful of videos too. So you're going to want to see all this. So JJ, what do you think about this community playlist, the Airlines International podcast, and also your video coming out today too?
Well, I'll start off, I'll go in chronological order, so I'll talk about the podcast first. Very excited to get that going, and just want to clarify, this isn't something that the World Airline Historical Society or Airliners International have created themselves. This is our idea, Connor and I's idea, that we have made, and we're definitely looking forward to having all kinds of fun with it, with the podcast. We do want to explore other topics related to Airliners International, and heck, if we're lucky in the future, we can bring on the folks that do put the show together, Chris, Bill, Steve, etc. We can try and bring them on one of these days, and then they can talk about...
Gonna have to get some sensors for that, sir.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure. We'll keep it PG, just to make sure we don't have to worry about that, but we're definitely going to have lots of fun regardless. In a very PG environment, family-friendly, we have lots of fun together as great friends, and the four of us there, we had great chemistry going with the first episode of the podcast. Second episode will be coming out sometime in July after Kansas City, so I'll start putting together a good outline for that, and then I'll adjust it as we go into Kansas City, so very excited about that. And then the community content playlist, do keep it bookmarked. I highly recommend bookmarking it, saving it somewhere, so that you can always refer back to it later, especially when Airliners hits, because there's going to be a huge wave of videos, I'm sure, that people will make right as the convention is going on. I'm sure Connor and I will probably do our own introductory videos the day that the show opens, just saying it's here, be sure to come on out. And then there'll be plenty of other videos that'll be made during the convention, and then after the convention is what we're going to be looking forward to the most. So I imagine, Connor, if you want to pull up last year's community content
yes, that is right here.
Quick. Yep, and you can see there are 222 videos in there. Connor still has a few more to go, and I'm sure there may be a couple others still on the way yet as well from other folks. So we'll definitely be around 230, 240, maybe 250 even, depending on how much more content we have from last year in Dallas. But it goes to show just how much more popular this show has become in the last couple of years, with so many more people.
Did we surpass 50
those
in the 2022 playlist?
Yeah, we had
okay, we did make
50.
it to 50, but that's not 222, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's like a 400% increase in this playlist, and already for the 2024 playlist, we're closing in on 20 already, and we're still.
Well, this one's got to go in there too, so that's 19.
Yep. So we'll definitely have quite a lot going on in there. It's going to be. This show is going to be incredible, and I know the location has some drawbacks, but as we said,
it has a bunch of pros that go with it. We got to appreciate those seminars and tours, man. They're incredible.
Yes, the tours and seminars do make up for it. It's just
it'll balance itself out.
Yes, it does. It will balance itself out.
And at the end of the day, we're hanging out with all of our friends. You can never beat that.
No, there's no way that you could beat that. If it was in, middle of nowhere,
Sioux
like
Falls,
South Dakota or
yes.
Minnesota, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, they could bring it to Sioux Falls and we'll still all have a grand old time. Yes,
I
there
agree.
isn't a whole lot there in a town of about 200,000, but it's just the social aspect is what's most important about the show. You can't beat that regardless of where it ends up going. And hey, maybe if it shows up in Sioux Falls by some extremely slim probability, if they're not able to get anywhere else, that would be fantastic.
Stillwater, dude.
I know. Yeah, I know. For sure, it won't be in Sioux Falls or Stillwater next year, because it sounds like they are still working on the details for 2025.
Which we'll definitely be making a video as soon as possible on that when we get the information. I am taking my microphone on the trip, so don't worry about that. A video will be coming out ASAP once that's announced.
Yep, and I'll try to make myself available best I can as well. And I'm still in the backyard that it's going to be in Atlanta. I don't think there's really anywhere else that it could be. Los Angeles is a second choice, but Atlanta is like number one choice for me right now. I think just everything points to it. And I mentioned in the podcast too, Connor's been telling me I'm going to have to fly to this one in Atlanta and Los Angeles. Those are locations I'm going to have to fly to, because I am no way going to drive those long distances halfway across the country to get to those two cities. So we'll see what happens, but I'll be keeping a very close eye on it. And when we have time, Connor and I will get together and we'll make another video announcing the new location, wherever it may be, when that information becomes available.
Gonna be an absolute blast. I'm looking super forward to all that, and it's gonna be awesome. And again, check out both these playlists, and the Airliners International 2022 playlist to gain a better understanding of what you can expect. But there is still time to make plans. Definitely make it happen. I know many of you say, well, I have X, Y, and Z, but I am planning to come in 2025. You are awesome. Thank you very much. And we're looking super forward to welcoming all of you in 2025. In the meantime, we're going to bring you along for the full story in 2024, so do not feel bad if you're not able to go. If I would have been watching these videos when I was 14 or 15 years old, I would have felt the exact same way. But just know that your viewership is just as important as your attendance. It's literally the same. You're attending if you're watching these videos and supporting the community, Airliners International, and each and every one of us. So do know that you're super appreciated, and I hope to do more collaborative content soon. We've talked about the podcast, maybe like some sort of hangout live stream where we can talk about it more in depth, because it truly is an awesome environment, and I really want to provide more awareness and just additional details and just even more chemistry to it, because it's so awesome, and we can't deny what Airliners International has done in my life. That podcast is really great. If you want more information, I really can't suggest watching that podcast is my best suggestion. It is really great, and there's so much genuine dialogue in there. I don't think that you can really beat that environment. So please go watch that if you are interested in more dialogue there, and we'll have additional details coming out very soon. But it's going to be awesome. I think the schedule speaks for itself. The seminar speaks for itself. And obviously, Noel Phillips at the Banquet is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be super exciting. And we do have a couple of additional quick updates. So I'll go ahead and give you those. There is still a tour availability. So if you are interested in getting a tour, definitely check those out as well, as it's going to be awesome. Again, the host hotel, the Hilton Kansas City Airport. Here's the poster. If you're interested, it's going to definitely share that. We do have some additional updates to some collectible shows. The next Los Angeles collectible show is going going to be February 1st, 2025. Really looking forward to that. And we also have revealed that the Dallas Collectible Show, I think we talked about this last time, but it's April 26th, 2025. And I want to say maybe there was one more, but I'm trying to remember. I think there may have been some international. We did talk about the Houston show, or no, this is news. The Houston Airline Collectible Show is going to be Saturday, December 7th, 2024 at the Sheraton Hotel North. So looking super forward to that at the Houston George Bush Intercontinental International Airport. So that's going to be awesome. And we do have some really cool pictures. So I'm going to close my eyes and scroll through these so you can gain a better understanding of what this looks like. And safe to say that it's going to be a vibe, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a really big history person, if you're a really big collectible person, if you're a really big museum person, so on and so forth, I think there's so much value here to be had relative to, yes, there's not as many wide bodies at Kansas City, but flying actively, but there's plenty of them static in these hangars that we're going to get to check out, and there's so much value to be had. So I think it is a great opportunity to have gratitude and appreciation for what Airliners International has done, and we do get the free breakfast at the Hilton Hotel, which we probably won't get that again, so that's going to be a great opportunity to take advantage of. I'm sure there's going to be many of us down there, 7:30 a.m., just vibing and having a good time. So if I'm dead by Friday, I apologize in advance. It happened last year. It's probably going to happen again, but that's a sign of a good time, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So I'm certainly very excited for it. I hope all of you are as well. JJ, I would love to hear your thoughts, any additional information on what you think, and continue to proceeding from there.
Okay, so I'll just quickly talk about the tour availability just to keep everyone posted on that. I'll have a little segment in my preview video as well, talking about the tour availability. But as of right now, so this is June 5th, 2024, we're recording this video. One of the TWA Museum tours is sold out. It's the Wednesday at 10 a.m. tour. Otherwise, all the other ones are still available. For Amelia Earhart, both of those tours are still available. The second tour only has 4 spots remaining. That's Friday at 9 a.m. And then Jet Midwest, all but one of them has sold, and it's Jet Midwest 7. That's the one that Connor and I are going.
I feel like it's purposely like that. I can't imagine that. It's, I feel like it's purposely done that. I don't know why, but I feel like it has. But that's currently, it says that it's there, so somebody try it, see what happens.
Yeah. So if you want to join us, feel free to do so. Claim that last spot, and we can officially sweep the entire Jet Midwest tour availability. TriStar Experience still has some decent availability. Tours 5, 6, and 8 are sold, but all the others are still available. Tour 1 still has decent availability. 7 is kind of and then 2, 3, and 4 have single digits left, less than 5. Tour 4 has just 1 spot left. And unfortunately, the NOAA National Weather Service Aviation Weather Center
sold out.
That has completely been booked. Not sure on the availability of the props. Minimum or maximum attendance, I think, is like 200 or so. They don't have a
I think there's still plenty left,
anymore.
It sounded like, so I think we're in good shape there.
So yeah, you can definitely add that onto your registration. So make sure to book these tours quickly, because I imagine they're going to go quick after this video, and also my video, which will be premiering right after this one comes out. So be sure to hop on those as soon as you can, because this availability is going to, I have a feeling it's going to plummet after these 2 videos, because there's going to be a lot of encouragement from us. You know, book these tours, book these tours, book these tours. Make sure to do that so that you don't miss out on these fantastic experiences all around Airliners International.
Man, I'm so stoked for this. I hope each and every one of you are as well, but we're right at that 33-minute mark, meaning JJ's video is making its rounds right now. So quick summary. Hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you all so much for watching. So excited for Airliners International. One more preview video to come to get some fine line details and overall that anticipation. So JJ, any final thoughts before we conclude today's video?
I don't really have anything else to say other than come on out to Kansas City. Plan your trip, plan your flights, your car travels, whatever it may be. Just come on out to the show. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait to see everybody there.
And day trips are even acceptable, but it's time for all of you to go check out JJ's video if you haven't got a chance to do so already. So with all that being said, everybody, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust process. Do you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the final preview video coming up shortly as Redriveraviation is signing off.